A nurse I had never seen before grabbed my arm firmly in the crowded hospital hallway. "Hide," she whispered with urgent intensity. "Trust me. Your son's life depends on it." I stood frozen, utterly bewildered. Having just battled 50 minutes of rush-hour traffic from Salem to Portland, after my daughter-in-law called to say my son was in the ER. Why was this stranger pulling me into the shadows like this? Then I heard voices nearby. My daughter-in-law Ashley and a lawyer speaking casually about my son's death, as if it were already decided and irreversible. In that heart-stopping moment, I realized they were plotting to murder him. What I discovered over the next 3 hours shattered every belief I held about family. Please subscribe to the channel and comment below where you are watching from. And have you ever had someone try to keep you away from your own child? The call came at 3:45 p.m. while I was in my garage in Salem, Oregon, carefully sanding a handcrafted cedar chest I was building for my son Vaughn's 40th birthday next month. The rich scent of fresh cedar filled the air, and my hands moved with the steady precision developed over 45 years as a structural engineer. Measure twice. Cut once. That's how you build things that last. Then my phone buzzed sharply. Ashley's name lighting up the screen. My daughter-in-law never called. Perhaps 6 times in the 8 years she had been married to Vaughn. I answered immediately. "Vaughn is in the ER at St. Vincent's Medical Center in Portland. Come now," her voice flat and emotionless. No tears, no panic, just cold detachment. "What happened?" "Ashley," click. She hung up. I dropped the sander, grabbed my keys from the workbench, and ran to my old Chevy Silverado like a man half my age, because that's what fathers do when their children are in danger. At 70 years old, adrenaline surged through me as it had on countless construction sites where one mistake meant death. I had seen men fall from scaffolding, pulled others from collapsed trenches. This was no different. My son needed me, and I could not afford to hesitate. The drive from Salem to downtown Portland should take 25 minutes. But at 3:45 on a Friday, I-5 northbound was a nightmare of brake lights. Construction on the Marquam Bridge slowed everything to a crawl. And I weaved through lanes, gripping the wheel so tightly my knuckles turned white. 4 months. That's how long it had been since I last saw Vaughn. A tense coffee at a cafe in the Alberta district where conversation felt forced and distant. "I'm swamped, Dad," he had said. "The company's exploding. I'll call you soon." He never did. I should have pushed harder, shown up at his warehouse unannounced, asked the questions burning in my gut. But I gave him space, thinking that's what good fathers do. Let their sons become men. Now, as I raced toward the hospital, I wondered if that space had been a terrible mistake. I finally pulled into St. Vincent's Medical Center at 4:35, parking crooked across 2 visitor spaces without a second thought. I sprinted through the automatic doors into a packed waiting room, fluorescent lights buzzing overhead, the sharp smell of disinfectant stinging my throat, monitors beeping from distant hallways. Breathless, I approached the information desk. "Vaughn Carter, ER, I'm his father." The receptionist typed quickly. "Room 512, 5th floor, elevators to your right." I jabbed the button repeatedly, then bolted for the stairs, taking them 2 at a time. My lungs burning, legs aching, but I did not slow down. 5th floor, long hallway, polished linoleum squeaking under my work boots, room numbers flashing by. 502, 506, 510. Room 512 was just ahead. Door slightly ajar. I reached for the handle when a strong hand clamped my arm. I spun around to face a nurse with black hair pulled into a tight bun, intense hazel eyes, name badge reading Maria Lopez. She yanked me sideways into empty room 511, dark and silent. "Wait here," she whispered fiercely. "Don't make a sound. You'll understand in a moment." She left the door cracked 2 inches. I stood in the shadows, Heart pounding, panic rising. But 45 years on construction sites had taught me one thing. When someone says stop, you stop. No questions. Then voices outside. Ashley's, but not crying, not panicked, just calm and calculated. Another voice, male, polished and professional. Attorney Victor Hayes. I recognized him from Vaughn's company holiday party 3 years ago. $1,000 suit, practiced handshake, the kind who billed $600 an hour. I leaned closer to the door crack. "Are you sure no one will see us here?" Ashley asked. "The old man's still on the road," Victor replied. "Hospital security is slow with visitors. We have at least 25 minutes. My chest tightened. Old man. That was me. "Let's review one more time," Victor continued. "The Lake Oswego house. Current market value $580,000. Mortgage balance $220,000. $360,000 in equity." My engineer brain calculated automatically. That was Laura's life insurance money. I had given Vaughn $320,000 for the down payment 8 years ago. Every penny my late wife and I had saved over decades. "Can we transfer it?" Ashley asked. "Not while he's alive and competent," Victor explained. "Title is in his name alone. But if he becomes incapacitated, we file for emergency guardianship. Oregon law requires at least 3 weeks. 3 weeks, Ashley sounded irritated. "I thought this would be faster." "It's the fastest legal route. But there's a cleaner option. If he doesn't wake up, if his heart gives out, you inherit everything as spouse, automatic under Oregon law, house, business accounts. All yours within 45 to 60 days of probate. No guardianship. No court fights. Clean." My hands began shaking uncontrollably. "Doesn't wake up. Heart gives out." "And the business account," Ashley pressed. "Joint account. Full access. $280,000. The seed money I gave Vaughn to start Carter Global Logistics. My retirement savings. Laura's legacy. Everything we built over 45 years of marriage. So I can take that money immediately." "Technically, yes, but I advise waiting until he's unable to object. Moving that much while he's hospitalized raises red flags. Wait until he's incapacitated or gone. Then it's yours legally. No questions." Ashley laughed. Actually laughed. "Unable to object. I like that phrasing." My legs gave out, and I slid down the wall to the cold tile floor, vision blurring with shock. This couldn't be real. "What about the father?" Victor asked. "Does he have any legal claim?" "Robert, the meddling old man." My throat closed. "Legally, he's just the father-in-law," Victor said. "No claim to property in his son's name. No medical decision rights without power of attorney, which he doesn't have. He's nothing but a spectator." Pain stabbed my chest like a heart attack. Nothing. 45 years of 16-hour days. Nights away from Laura while she fought cancer for 8 months. Every sacrifice. Every dollar. And I'm nothing. Just a spectator. "Good," Ashley said. "He's been a thorn in my side for years. Always asking questions. Always showing up unannounced. I had stopped 3 years ago because Vaughn said I made Ashley uncomfortable, that I needed to give them space. So I did. Well, after this you won't have to deal with him anymore," Victor promised. "Perfect," Ashley replied. Then, quieter. "Now about the medication." I froze completely. Medication. My engineer mind raced despite the shock. "Medical, pills. I've been putting Coumadin in his morning protein shake," Ashley said. "Started 4 months ago with small doses. 4 milligrams. Gradually increased to 25, then 50. Coumadin. Blood thinner. Rat poison in high doses. I knew from construction safety protocols." "And the doctors haven't caught it?" Victor asked. "They think it's stress. Overwork. He's been complaining of constant fatigue. Dizziness. Bruises all over his arms and legs. I remembered. Last time I saw Vaughn 4 months ago. Dark purple bruises on his forearms. I had asked. Just clumsy, Dad. Getting old like you. We had both laughed. Last month he had a nosebleed that wouldn't stop for 30 minutes. Ashley continued. He called me from the office bathroom. Scared. I told him dry air. Drink more water. She laughed again. He believed me. He always believes me. It's almost comical how easy this has been. Cold sweat broke out across my body. Nausea rising. What's the timeline now? Victor asked. 1 to 2 days at most. His blood is so thin now. One more strong dose. 60 milligrams. Will push him over the edge. Internal bleeding. His heart won't keep up. 1 to 2 days. My son had 48 hours to live, and I was sitting here doing nothing. And it'll look natural, Ashley added. Completely natural. Heart failure. Very common in 40-year-old men who work 90-hour weeks and don't take care of themselves. The statistics are on our side. Doctors won't question it. I slid further down the wall. Hand clamped over my mouth. Silent tears streaming. What about here at the hospital? Victor asked. Can you still access him? Even better here. I can add Coumadin directly to his IV. Nurses rotate every 2 hours. I have 12-minute windows. I'm his wife. No one questions me. No one watches what I do in that room. She's killing him right now in this building while I hide. The nurses are so sweet, Ashley said. They bring me tea from the cafeteria, pat my shoulder, tell me to stay strong, say I'm such a devoted wife. She laughed colder this time. If they only knew. I'll have the property transfer documents ready by Monday, Victor said. Digital signatures. Once he's gone, you sign. I file with the county by Tuesday. Everything clean within a week. And your fee? 20% of total assets. About $110,000. Worth every penny for keeping you out of prison. Deal, you've earned it. Papers rustled. Briefcase clicked shut. I should go, Victor said. Can't be seen here too long. Call me when it's done. I will. Thank you. His footsteps faded, but Ashley stayed. I heard her voice again, closer, speaking through the door to room 512 to my unconscious son. Poor fool, she said softly. You actually thought I loved you. My heart shattered. I never did. Not for one single day. Not when we met at that logistics conference. Not on our wedding day. Not ever. You were just a target, a mark. Stupid father with money. Growing business. Paid off house. No prenup because you trusted me. My fists clenched until nails dug into palms. You know what the best part is. You pushed your father away from me. I told you he was controlling, didn't approve of me, trying to run your life, and you believed every word. You stopped calling him, stopped visiting. You made him feel like he didn't matter. That was my favorite part. Watching that old man fade into nothing. In 2 days, you'll be gone. And I'll have everything. The house, the money, the business. 580,000 free and clear. And that meddling old man will have nothing. Just like he deserves. Just like you both deserve. Her heels clicked away down the hallway. I collapsed completely on the floor. Darkness closing in around my vision. Silence except for my ragged breathing. Have you ever had that moment when everything you believed about someone shattered? When you realized the person sleeping next to your child was a monster? I hope you never do. But if you're watching this and something feels wrong in your family, trust that feeling. Don't ignore it like I almost did. The door opened slowly. I nearly had a heart attack. It was Maria. She slipped inside room 511, closed the door softly, turned on a small corner lamp. Dim light filling the space. I could see her clearly now. She knelt in front of me on the floor. Breathe, she said firmly but kindly. I know what you heard. I know it's horrific, but your son needs you clear-headed right now. I looked up at her, tears still wetting my face. How did you know? How did you know to hide me? I've seen this before, she said. 5 years ago, my brother Daniel, he was 42, same age as your son, married 6 years to a woman we all thought was perfect. He started getting sick, tired all the time, bruising, nosebleeds. Doctors said stress, said he needed to relax, take vitamins, get more sleep. Maria's voice stayed steady, but pain lurked beneath. By the time we figured out his wife was poisoning him with anticoagulants, it was too late. He died of a brain hemorrhage in a hospital room just like this one. She inherited everything. His house, his savings, his life insurance. He's in prison now, 25 years, but Daniel is still gone. I'm so sorry, I said. Don't be sorry. Be angry. Be determined. That's what will save your son. That's what I couldn't do for my brother. She pulled out her phone. I've been watching your daughter-in-law for 4 weeks. 4 weeks you knew. Vaughn came to our ER 4 times in the past 6 weeks. Outpatient visits, extreme fatigue, dizziness, irregular heartbeat, unexplained bruising. The attending physicians ordered rest, stress management. Nothing serious. But I recognized the symptoms. I had seen them before with Daniel. She showed me medical charts on her tablet. This is Vaughn's blood work from 7 months ago. Everything normal. Healthy 40-year-old man. This is from 4 weeks ago. His PT, INR levels, blood coagulation, are dangerously high. His blood is too thin. Someone is giving him anticoagulants. A lot of them. Consistently. You knew this whole time. I suspected, but I needed proof before I could act. I talked to Dr. Alan Reed, our head of toxicology. He's the only one I trust completely in this hospital. Dr. Reed ran a preliminary coagulation test on Vaughn this afternoon when he was admitted. His blood is critically thin, life-threatening levels. Then he tested the IV bag in Vaughn's room using our rapid screening kit. It showed the presence of Coumadin that wasn't in the original prescription. Someone added it after the bag was prepared. She did, I said. Ashley. She said she could add it to his IV. I know, I heard her too, and I recorded it. She played the recording on her phone. Ashley and Victor's entire conversation, every word captured clearly. Is this legal? Can the police use this? It's a gray area, public hallway. They spoke loud enough for anyone passing to hear. No reasonable expectation of privacy. Combined with the medical evidence and security camera footage, it's solid. Security cameras. We checked. Ashley entered room 512 alone 4 times today. Each time for 6 to 12 minutes. Each time carrying her purse. The cameras don't show inside the room due to HIPAA privacy laws, but they show her going in and out. What do we do now? Doctor. Reed is calling Detective Laura Brooks right now. She's a homicide detective with Portland Police. I know her personally. She's good. She'll move fast. How fast? 30 to 45 minutes. She needs to establish probable cause and exigent circumstances for an arrest without a warrant. Exigent circumstances. Your son's life is in immediate danger. Ashley could add more poison to his IV at any moment. That qualifies. It allows police to act without waiting for a warrant. 45 minutes. What do I do for 45 minutes? You go into room 512, you act like you know nothing. You hug that woman if you have to. You keep her there. You don't let her leave that room. My stomach turned. I have to hug her. The woman who's murdering my son. Can you do it? You pretend for 45 minutes. I stood up slowly, legs shaking but holding. I can do whatever it takes to save my son. One more thing. Robert, when Vaughn wakes up, and he will wake up, we're already treating him with vitamin K and fresh plasma. Don't tell him everything right away. Why not? He needs to know. He might not believe you. She's been manipulating him for years. He might think you're jealous, that you made it up, that you're trying to break them apart. Let the police tell him. Let the evidence speak. Let him see it's not just his father's word. I nodded slowly. Okay, I understand. You're stronger than you think. Robert, your son is very lucky to have you. I walked to the door, hand on the handle. Wait, Maria said. She handed me a tissue. Wipe your face. You can't walk in there with tears. I wiped my face, took a deep breath. I'll be watching, she said. I'll be right outside. You're not alone. Thank you for everything. For my son. Go save him. I walked toward room 512. The hardest walk of my life. The door to 512 was half open. I could see him. My son Vaughn, hospital bed in the center, lying there with gray skin, lifeless. IV tubes running to his arm, heart monitor beeping softly with irregular rhythm, oxygen tube under his nose, bruises on both arms, dark purple and yellow. Ashley sat beside the bed holding Vaughn's hand. Perfect picture of a devoted wife. She looked up, saw me. Her face transformed instantly, tears welling up. Robert, thank God you're here. She rushed to me, threw her arms around me. I forced myself not to recoil. Her perfume expensive and floral, suffocating. My arms went around her stiffly. This woman is killing my son. I'm hugging her. We separated. It happened so fast, she said, fake tears streaming. He was at the warehouse. His assistant called 911. I approached the bed, took Vaughn's hand. Cold, limp, no response. I remembered Vaughn at 9 years old, teaching him to swing a hammer in our backyard. Keep your eye on the nails, son. The satisfying thud, his triumphant grin. I got it, Dad. Laura on the porch laughing. My two favorite men. I blinked away tears. He looks so weak, I said. The doctors say the next 72 hours are critical, Ashley said, dabbing her eyes with a tissue. My performance began. I should have been there more. These past 4 years we drifted apart. That's on me. You weren't stubborn, Robert. You were protective. Vaughn understood that. Did he? I gave advice he didn't ask for. I drove him away. All fathers do that. It comes from love. She's so good at lying. So smooth. I made my move. Ashley, if anything happens to Vaughn, I want you to know something. The house in Lake Oswego, that was Laura's life insurance. $320,000. And the $280,000 I gave him to start the business. My retirement savings. Everything I had. But it's Vaughn's now. And you're his wife. Your family. If he doesn't make it, you'll be taken care of. She relaxed completely, eyes gleaming briefly. You're very kind, Robert. Tell me what happened this morning. She launched into her story. Vaughn woke up at 6. I made him his protein shake, kale, berries, banana, protein powder. He drank it all, went to the office, called at noon. Felt dizzy. 2 hours later, he collapsed. The shake. She poisoned him this morning. Smiled while she did it. Has he been sick lately? Just tired, working too hard. I kept telling him to slow down. Last time I saw him, he had bruises. He said he was clumsy, dropping things. I told him he needed to sleep more. Every lie sounded like truth. You must be exhausted. Can I get you coffee? No, thank you. I want to stay with him. Silence. Only monitors beeping. I kept talking. When Laura was sick, I sat with her like this every day for 8 months. Watched her fade away. That must have been hard. Hardest thing I ever did. But at least I had Vaughn afterward. He got me through it. Came over every week. Made sure I didn't give up. He loves you, Robert, even if he's been distant. I hope he knows I love him too. More time passed. I kept talking. Memories of Vaughn's childhood, building model bridges, Laura's recipes, anything to fill the silence. Ashley checked her watch. 5:25, where are the police? Almost 40 minutes. She stood suddenly. I should check with the nurses. Wait. I wanted to. Multiple footsteps outside. Urgent. Heavy voices in the hallway. Ashley froze. What's that? The door handle turned. I held my breath. The door burst open. 4 people entered. 2 uniformed officers. 1 woman in a sharp blazer. And behind them, Maria. Detective Laura Brooks stepped forward. Mid-40s, sharp gray eyes, navy suit, badge visible. Ashley Carter. I'm Detective Laura Brooks, Portland Police Homicide Division. Homicide? What's going on? Step away from the patient. I'm his wife. I have every right. Step away now. Ashley moved back. An officer positioned himself between her and Vaughn. Ashley Carter, you're under arrest for attempted murder, attempted fraud, and evidence tampering. Her face went white. What? This is insane. We have evidence you've been poisoning your husband with Coumadin. This is a mistake, Brooks read her rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say. This is a medical error. The hospital mixed up medications. Doctor. Alan Reed entered. Gray hair, white coat. I'm Dr. Alan Reed, head of toxicology. We ran tests. Your husband's Coumadin levels are 24.7 INR. Normal is 0.8 to 1.1. Someone added Coumadin into his IV bag. Approximately 55 milligrams. Anyone could have done that. Maria stepped forward. Security cameras show you entering this room alone 4 times today. Each time carrying your purse. Each time the patient worsened. Who are you? Maria Lopez, ICU nurse. I've been documenting your behavior for 4 weeks. Brooks pulled out her phone. We also have this. She pressed play. Ashley's voice filled the room. I've been putting Coumadin in his morning shake. Started 4 months ago. Gradually increased. 1 to 2 days. His blood is so thin. I can add it to his IV. No one questions me. The recording ended. Silence. Ashley turned to me. It was you. I stood up, met her eyes. You meddling old bastard. Stay out of... Watching my son be murdered, To. You're pathetic. A lonely old man. I'm a father who protected his child. She softened her voice. Robert, you're confused. You misunderstood. Brooks cut her off. Mr. Carter isn't confused. We know your real name is Karen Lynn Walsh, former pharmacy technician. Lost your license in 2015 for stealing controlled substances. Since then, you've been using your medical knowledge to target vulnerable men. Karen said nothing. David Klein in Sacramento. 2017, you poisoned him with anticoagulants. James Ellis in Reno. 2018, Coumadin poisoning. Robert Hayes in Phoenix. 2019, he was in ICU for 3 weeks. 3 victims. Same method. You got better each time. But this time you made one fatal error. Karen's voice was flat. I want my lawyer. Victor Hayes is being questioned downtown. He's been very cooperative. He's given us everything. The documents, the emails, everything. 2 officers approached with handcuffs. Don't touch me. Hands behind your back. Karen looked at Vaughn. When you wake up, I'll tell you your father made this up. You'll believe me. He loved who he thought you were. That person never existed. He'll never forgive you. No, I saved his life. The handcuffs clicked. My lawyer will destroy you. They let her out, her voice fading down the hallway. Finally, silence. Maria put her hand on my shoulder. You did it. I couldn't speak. My legs gave out. I sank into the chair, took Vaughn's hand. Tears fell. We've started treatment. Doctor, Reed said. Vitamin K, fresh plasma. He's improving. I nodded. We caught it in time. I'll need your statement tomorrow, Brooks said. But tonight, stay with your son. Thank you. You're a brave man. Everyone left except Maria. She sat beside me. I'll stay tonight. Thank you for everything. My brother would want me to do this. I looked at Vaughn. He's so pale. He'll get better day by day. I held his hand tighter. I'm here, son. I'm not leaving. Sitting there holding my son's cold hand. I thought about all the fathers out there in the world. The ones who feel pushed away. The ones who wonder if they still matter. You matter. Your kids need you even when they say they don't. If you've ever felt invisible in your own child's life, leave a comment. You're not alone. And then came the waiting. The hardest part. I didn't leave that hospital for 4 days. Didn't go home. Didn't change clothes. Maria brought coffee and sandwiches I barely touched. I sat beside Vaughn's bed, holding his hand, talking to him. I'm here, son. The poison is leaving your system. You're getting stronger. I remembered Vaughn at 10, summer Saturday. Our backyard when Laura was alive. Teaching him to build a treehouse. Hand me that hammer, son. His small hand passing the tool. Like this, Dad. Perfect. You're a natural. Laura below with lemonade. My 2 favorite men. That treehouse stood for 16 years. Vaughn proposed to Ashley under it. We built good things together. Vaughn, we can build again. Better things. True things. I kept talking. I'm sorry. I didn't see what she was doing. She told you I was controlling, didn't she? And I gave you space. But I should have fought harder. Should have trusted my instincts. Day 2. Doctor. Reed visited. His blood work is improving. INR down to 7.9, the Coumadin is clearing. When will he wake up? We have him in a medically induced coma. Safer while his body heals. We'll reduce sedation tomorrow. He'll be okay. You got here in time. Another day and we would have lost him. Day 3. 800A. They reduced the sedation. 1:45 p.m. Vaughn's fingers twitched. Vaughn, can you hear me? His eyelids fluttered. Maria checked the monitors. He's coming back. 2:05 p.m. Vaughn's eyes opened. Found my face. Dad, I'm here, son. You're safe. What happened? Where's Ashley? My chest tightened. Ashley has been arrested. She was poisoning you. What? No, she loves me. The police have evidence. She's been giving you Coumadin for 4 months. I don't believe you. You're making this up. Maria stepped forward. Your wife is in custody. She's been charged with attempted murder. Vaughn stared at us. This can't be real. Do you want to hear the recording? I asked. He paused. No, I can't. He turned away. Long silence. The shakes, he finally whispered. She made me shakes every morning. Yes. I was so tired. The bruises, the nosebleeds. His voice broke. I told her I felt sick. She kept making me drink them. She smiled. I reached for his hand. He pulled away. How could I be so stupid? You trusted someone you loved. That's not stupid. I pushed you away. She said you were controlling, and I believed her. I chose her over you. She's a professional. She's done this to 3 other men. You were the 4th. Other men, his eyes widened. Oh God, he broke down. I wrapped my arms around him. He sobbed against my shoulder. I'm sorry, Dad. I pushed you out. I made you feel like you didn't matter. You were manipulated. I almost died. And I pushed away the one person who saved me. But you didn't die. You're here. That's all that matters. We held each other. Thank you for not giving up on me. Never. I will never give up on you. That's what fathers do. That moment when Vaughn said, "Thank you for not giving up on me," made every lonely dinner, every unreturned call, every painful holiday worth it. If you're a parent fighting to stay in your child's life, Don't stop. They'll come back. Maybe not today, but they will. Has anyone else been through this? Tell me your story below. 5 months later, we stood in a packed Multnomah County courthouse, downtown Portland. Vaughn and I sat together in the front row. His hand rested on my shoulder. Karen Lynn Walsh sat at the defense table, orange jail jumpsuit, hair dull and pulled back, no makeup, face pale, handcuffs and ankle shackles, cold eyes, no emotion. The trial lasted 4 days, I testified, described overhearing the conversation in the hospital hallway. Vaughn testified. The symptoms, the isolation from me, the manipulation. Maria testified. Her medical observations, her documentation, her brother's death. Doctor. Reed presented toxicology reports, Coumadin levels, IV tampering. Then the 3 previous victims testified. David Klein, 55, Sacramento. She took everything, my business, my home. I almost died. James Ellis, 49, Reno. Same pattern. She isolated me from my family, poisoned me. I lost everything. Widow of Robert Hayes, 34, Phoenix. She married my father when he was 69, a widower. Vulnerable. She almost killed him. 4 victims. 4 families destroyed. The prosecution's closing argument was simple. This is calculated, premeditated murder for financial gain. A predator who perfected her craft. She must be stopped. The defense tried mental illness, coercion, misunderstanding. The jury deliberated for 2 hours and 40 minutes. The 4 persons stood on the charge of attempted murder in the first degree. We find the defendant guilty. On the charge of attempted fraud. Guilty. On the charge of identity theft. Guilty. 2 weeks later, sentencing. The judge was stern. Karen Lynn Walsh, you are a danger to society. You have shown no remorse. I sentence you to 35 years in the Oregon State Penitentiary. No possibility of parole before serving 25 years. Karen looked at me one last time. I didn't react. Just looked back steadily. She was led away. 3 months after the trial, Vaughn and I sold the Lake Oswego house. Too many bad memories. Sale proceeds $360,000 equity. We split it. $180,000 went to the Vigilant Guardians Foundation. $180,000 went to Vaughn's business restart. The foundation helps families identify financial abuse, provides legal consultation, trains healthcare workers to recognize poisoning signs. Maria joined as medical advisor. First year, we helped 16 families. 4 poisoning cases stopped. 6 financial abuse situations resolved. 6 families reunited. I moved to a condo in Tigard, 8 minutes from Vaughn. Sunday barbecues became our tradition. Never missed. Vaughn started therapy with Dr. Elena Chen. Slow healing day by day. Last Sunday, we went to a Portland Trail Blazers game at Moda Center. I'm thinking about dating again, Vaughn said. Someday. Doctor. Chen says it's healthy. Take your time. And this time I'll be paying attention. He laughed. First real laugh in months. Deal. No more secrets. No more secrets. We're a team now. We watched the game together. Father and son side by side. This is what matters. Family being present. Never giving up. Laura would be proud of us. Both of us. They say being a father is the hardest job in the world. I used to think that meant providing, protecting, teaching. But I learned something that day in the hospital, hiding in a dark room while my son's life hung in the balance. Being a father means never giving up. Not when they push you away. Not when someone tries to convince them you're the enemy. You stay vigilant. You stay present. This true story taught me that God gives us instincts for a reason. That feeling in your gut when something's wrong. That's His way of protecting the ones we love. I thank God every day that Maria listened to hers. I thank God I got there in time. And I thank God my son is alive today. I'm 72 now. Vaughn is 41. The Vigilant Guardians Foundation has helped 82 families. These grandpa stories, stories of older generations protecting their families, matter more than ever. Share your grandpa's stories with us. These true stories save lives. Your grandpa's stories might help someone recognize the signs. This true story happened in Portland, but it could happen anywhere. If this story touched your heart, drop a comment below. Tell us where you're watching from. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe to this channel so you never miss stories that could save a life. Because sometimes the quiet love of a parent is the strongest force in the world.